my reply to Pastor Thaddeus Matthews regarding Pastor David E. Wilson. And Pastor Thaddeus Matthews, this YouTube was Preachers Gotta Eat Too. What's up, lovers? It's your girl, Miss Diva. Alright, so before we get started, we're going to do a little homework and tell you guys a little bit about how to find me so that you can respond. So you already know that I'm on social media. I'm going to play a little something, let you know about that, and then we're going to get into it. I'm going to open up the chat as the commercials play. So you can follow me on social media at Miss Diva for you. That is my handle on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, MZDEEVA, the number 4YOU. You also can go to the Facebook page, hashtag ASKDEEVA. You can also find that page on Instagram, hashtag ASKDEEVA. For all things Diva, go to askdiva.onuniverse.com. Thanks, everyone. A friend to tell another friend to tune into the Ask Diva show. All right, lovers, I'm back. So Pastor Thaddeus seems to be saying in the first 15 minutes of that what looks to be a 2-hour sermon, and Pastor Thaddeus, I was unable to entertain myself very long with your method of delivering the Lord's work, quotation marks. So I was not able to stay very long, but I did want to say something to the main thing that I saw you say, and I've seen several individuals say, and this has been the comment of what's so wrong about the Pastor David E. Wilson video that was put out there. Let's just say this, allegedly. That way the Pastor David Wilson don't come for me, when his church go under and everybody kick him out and he ain't got shit to do and then he come for Diva, So let's just say allegedly, right? So that particular video, and you want to know what is wrong with it? And then you say, well, preachers got to eat too, and y'all need to be worried about your man and making sure that he eating you too, and preachers watch Pornhub. What? Let me tell you something. The way that the book of Timothy is set up, and I'm not even doing the church no more, but I was born and raised in it. So the way that the book of Timothy is set up, you can't watch Pornhub. Like, that's not the way that leadership position goes. And I'm so sorry that you have been, getting carried away with all this, cursing and sexing and Pornhub watching and licking all your members. But bruh, that's not the way that leadership position goes in that faith. Now, if you are a part of some kind of new version of ministry, maybe I missed who you are. If you're something like that, then okay, bruh, do what you want to do. But if you're talking about the particular faith that this particular pastor is caught up in, he's out of line. And there is no scripture that can cover what he got caught up in. Let me tell you this. It is obvious that this is probably not his wife. Now, if it is his wife, we want to know what in the nasty Becky hell was she thinking by leaking that video, because you're not going to go Kim K on this. Like, the only way that you can go Kim K is to, kind of give a little Kim K show, and you ain't did that with that bumpy coochie that ain't had a vajay in a long time, So, I'm trying to tell you right now, that was delivered, if that was the wife, I need you to take that and archive that. Don't ever share that with anybody else again. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's going to be a no. So it's probably a side chick. So you say, well, what y'all finding so wrong? This is Thaddeus Matthews in the Pastor David E. Wilson video. Bruh, it's not his wife. That is just the thing that is wrong. He is a leader of a church. He is a leader in a belief that tells him to follow the Trinity gospel. The Trinity gospel spells out for all leaders what they are to do in the book of Timothy. This is his faith. I'm not following that faith, but this is his faith that I grew up in. So I know that backwards. So since that's his belief, that's his religion, that's what he follows, that's what he is being told to do, that's what he's telling his members to do, since this is what he has signed up to do, that's where he's wrong at. Pastor Thaddeus, how you gonna go around and talk? Can I call you TM? You like T, but no Jakes, He reminded me of TD Jakes, but I'm like, can I just like call him TM or T-Mac? I gotta give him a nickname, right? But no, bro, that's the problem. So when you're asking what is wrong, that's what's wrong. Why is that so hard to figure out? Why is that question being asked over and over again? Y'all need to mind your business. We were. And then our Twitter line got violated with a video that it wasn't even covered. The reason why people are going into shock and passing out is because there was no filter on it. Twitter did us wrong with this one. Like immediately Pastor Wilson tongue was in there before you could even get past us. You know how you scroll on your timeline when you're social scrolling? Nothing you could have did fast enough will stop you from seeing that. So it's really very disturbing that it's on Twitter because there's probably children that have been exposed to that, right? So yeah, it's pretty bad. But this is not our fault. This girl, whoever released this, maybe he slept with someone's wife. Did you think about that aspect? Maybe that is someone's wife, and maybe the angry husband leaked it. Did you think about that? Maybe she was someone's girlfriend, fiance, whatever. And maybe that's the reason why that person said, I'm going to leak this video out because I didn't already called her and she's sitting up here and shared this with me that she's been with the pastor. I'm about to let everybody know. So when you say, I'm just responding and replying only to that one question that you appear to be asking in your preaching video that preachers got to eat too, I'm telling you, when you ask the question, what are we so bothered about in that video? We could be bothered all day, especially those of us that's not all up in your faith. So we're not in your faith and we're not following your faith and we're not sitting up in church pretending and we're just rolling and doing what we do and believing in God and not playing church. We got a lot to say and we have a right to say it. But when you say what is so wrong about what he was doing, whether that was his wife, especially what are his sermons like? His members have to answer those questions for us. Has he been preaching and talking on the pulpit and in Bible study that oral sex is wrong? That could be another reason why that's going so viral. So many pastors try to act like it's so wrong and don't you let your husband do it. Is that why? Because you want to pull her to the back of the choir room and do it for her? So yeah, there's a lot of questions as to why it could be many angles to that. But yes, he has a wife. And if that's his wife, then that's just tacky and nasty that the first lady shared that if it was her. And then if it's a side chick, then okay, there's your answer right there. He's out of line. If it was a member, if it was somebody's grandma or auntie, the usher, the choir boy, I don't know whose cooch that was. We don't even know if that was a transgender cooch. We don't even know enough about that from the 54-second video that's put out there, right? So it's not enough. So does that answer the question that you seem to be asking in that video, why we're so worried about it? I'm more now disturbed, Pastor Thaddeus. I tried to, let a nigga go when I saw that you was cussing because I was like, okay, yeah, he bring that street hood kind of gospel. But then when you like, I'm watching Pornhub too, bruh, no children need to be around you. Like, I'm telling you, when it depends on what faith you're following. But if you're following the Trinity gospel has rules and guidelines. So I've studied this gospel. I grew up and was born and raised in this gospel. You have to follow the book of Timothy. Any pastor, any leader, you have to follow that. It's just like when Paula White got out of line, Juanita Bynum got out of line, when you guys came for Bishop Eddie L. Long, but Bishop Long, would y'all forget about him when he got caught up in all this big old scandal and all these lies that were said on him? He was the type of leader that stepped down. He stepped down for a minute until that could get itself together. And that's what this pastor needs to do. I'm already planning to tune in because Pastor Wilson, I promise you, I'm coming in. I'm blowing up your church line on Facebook if you cut up. If I find that you preach on Sunday and it's got a live stream, I'm going to act a fool on that live stream. So anybody that knows me of watching live streams, I'm about to go all the way in and I'm going to have a good time doing it. Bring a whole bunch of people. I'm going to share with a whole bunch of people also. So yeah. So does that answer the question? Whew, y'all done took me through. And I do not know if I can podcast about the barbershop video. that one has traumatized my soul. Like, I don't even know where my soul went. Like, soon as the video like played, my soul snatched, and it's like somewhere in Canada or some shit. I gotta go like find it. It's bad. It's bad. It is really, really awful. So and it's not because of what they're doing, you down low skank hole niggas. If that's what y'all do, that's what y'all do. If your wife letting you do it, that's what happens. You know, most men do it behind their wife back, because once you find out, you be like, nigga, get out my face. Or maybe not, because now we're living in a generation now where you be like, all right, so you bisexual, do what you do. You know, we kind of there right now. But it's the fact that it's the barbershop and our sons sat in the chair where y'all did what y'all did. That's what we, and then the little cover thing that you cover and you shared with all the customers, and he was, you know, and it was getting all over that little cover thing. Yeah, that's a health violation. Like, that place needs to be shut down for that alone. So don't get me started on the barbershop. Don't. Y'all say, Miss Diva, don't do it. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say on that. Let me tell you again how to find me a little bit, okay?
So you can follow me on social media at Miss Diva for you. That is my handle on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. MZDEEVA, the number 4YOU. You also can go to the Facebook page, hashtag ASKDEEVA. You can also find that page on Instagram, hashtag ASKDEEVA. For all things Diva, go to askdiva.onuniverse.com. Thanks, everyone. Our friend to tell another friend to tune in to the Ask Diva show.